Hello, 94th. Rojo here. As many of you saw this afternoon, the governor has directed us all to now make masks at home and wear them out wherever we go. I personally got a little bit inspired to work on my survivalist skills, so I decided to make this video to show you guys how to make a mask at home in about 8 steps or so. What you're going to need is your favorite soaring themed piece of material. This one's got layers of clouds on it and how to identify. It's a standard bandana that you can get, or you might use this one. This one's got your survivalist rope techniques. Again, standard bandana. If you are unable to find something like that, any piece of cloth, 21 inch by 21 inch will work. Then I've got some 550 cord, duct tape, scissors, and standard pocket-sized Kleenex. So for those of you who might be having a hard time finding that standard bandana, like I said, if you've got the tape measure and a pair of scissors, you get your old t-shirt out or something, and it's 21 inches by 21 inches. If you're in your dorm room and you don't have a tape measure, you can take out the old cell phone and you go, okay, I need a square piece of material. There's 1, 2, and 3. And that's about the length that you need. This is a Samsung Galaxy A50. So if you got your tiny iPhone, you might need 4 of them. Next step we're going to do, in addition to measuring that out, is figuring out the length of cord that you need for 550 cord. It doesn't have to be 550 cord, but that's what I happen to have laying around. You could use an old shoelace or a piece of nylon rope or some string. So what I'm going to do here is get my mask to about the size that I expect to wear. Bring the camera back over here so you guys get a little bit better view of what I'm doing. And I'm going to fold it up into about the square that I expect it's going to be. Take the cell phone, right about center. That's about how big I want it. And then I'm going to take my 550 cord, starting on the corner. I'm going to loop it around, and loop it around, and loop it around until I make a square. Pinch it in half, double it over, and that should be about the length that you need. So we'll go back here. Next step after we've measured it out is we're going to get the mask ready to set for the next step. So we'll go back to folding this thing in about half from left to right on either side. Okay? And what you'll notice is, like we showed before, cell phone about center. There's about the length of what the mask is going to be. I'm going to leave one side folded over, open up the other side so I can see that nice crease of where I want the mask to stop. And if you'll notice, this is cotton. It's kind of thin, so this is a desired, not required step. But if you want to add a little bit of extra protection, I've taken some Kleenex here, which is just your standard pocket-sized Kleenex. I'm going to put it in the center of the mask. If you didn't know, Kleenex started as a product in World War I to filter out mustard gas. So if it was good enough for the doughboys, I think that this is probably good enough to stop the corona. So 3 pieces there. That's going to get me all the way to the center. I'll take my cell phone back out of the way, fold it back up once more. Now I've got a little bit more protection there. That's the center of the mask that's actually going to go over my face and mouth. The rest of this material is going to get doubled up here in a second. So don't get ahead of me and start trying to put Kleenex down in every piece of the mask, because you're not going to need it. Now that that's set, I'm going to take my duct tape, and I know Coach Maddie will be proud of me on this one, using duct tape and not glue. It'll be a lot easier to remove in the future. So now I've kind of taped down the center of that mask, okay? Next steps is you want to get your string out, and we are going to tie a butterfly knot at one end of the string. There's your guide of what a butterfly knot looks like, and I'm sure that if you search anywhere on Google, you'll find an answer for how to tie a butterfly knot. I'm going to start at one end of the rope, and I'm going to make not a whole lot of room there, just enough to get this knot tied. Okay, this is going to loop over. Create a loop with the double, and I'm pulling that double end through so that I can end up with a small loop like that on the end of my rope. That's going to make this mask adjustable. So that you can fit it to your own face however you see appropriate. Starting at the top of my mask, I'm going to take that loop, lay it across the top like that. Then I'm going to start rolling the top of this mask to create a channel for that loop to run through. This isn't a very tight roll. I want the rope to be able to run back and forth through there fairly easily. And then I'm going to roll it up until I get to about the level where my Kleenex is. Now if you see, I don't know how great you can see that, but the rope will move sliding through there very easily. I don't need it that tight. So it's not a very tight roll, it's a loose roll. It's just enough to make it functional. I'm going to leave a little bit of space where that rope can still travel, and then I'm going to put a piece of duct tape across the top here. Try and push that rope up to the top of the channel there so it doesn't get caught with the duct tape. And tape it down. We can cut off the ends later so it looks like a nice neat mask. So now you've got that channel where the rope can run through, and it's taped in place so it doesn't unfurl. I'm going to loop the rope on the left hand side down to the bottom, and it's going to come across again just like that, and I'm going to roll that up and make another channel on the opposite end. Now our mask is almost complete. This side is going to go behind the back of your left ear. These two ends will loop over your right ear, and then you can put it through this to make it adjustable. Now you see you got the slider here so that you can adjust it around your face. On the mask itself there you can see how it will slide. This is going to go over your ear, and then you'll have to tie it off here. I'd recommend just simply doing a kind of loop and swoop tie so you can get it pulled out of there with one pull. Just like you would on your shoelace. You're just going to loop it through there, tied, and now you got that knot, and you can pull it on out if you need to, just like you do on your shoelace. As you saw, the mask itself was a little bit big on my face. The duct tape makes it a little bit stiff. So I would encourage you to just play with this and adjust it until you need to make it work right for your face. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild this just a little bit because it was a little bit large for me, but that's kind of what it's all about, is just kind of figuring it out. So now you got your step-by-step instructions for being able to build your made-at-home soaring theme mask to protect yourself and others when we get ready to start flying again. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it.